Heritage Christian Services is a nonprofit corporation in Western New York that provides services for people with developmental disabilities. But our services go way beyond that. We actually have group homes, day habs, self-directed services, CDPAP, Deployment Alliance. We spun off and had a child care center, and all to promote, people with developmental disabilities within the region.
So we're constantly talking about the word entrepreneurship and innovation in the organization. How can we use creativity to keep improving ourselves? And our largest demographic of employees is between 19 and 35 years of age. And we heard from a few different employees, why are we not looking at renewable energy, right? Solar or other things, because it's the right thing to do. It's right for our climate. It's good for our community, but it also has some economic impact. So we looked into it, and we had a great connection with the owners of GreenSpark. We were really impressed that GreenSpark is a certified B Corporation, and in our discussions with them, it was obvious that they weren't just doing that for a marketing ploy. They really believed in it. They believed in the community. They believed in the work that we do, and I think from early on, we hit it off. Then we just had to convince some other members of the organization that it truly was a good economic decision. And fortunately, through the presentations of the leadership at GreenSpark and some outside consulting with some attorneys, it became quite obvious that it was also a wise economic decision.
So we found the economic advantages of having one system, which at the time produced enough energy to, supplement about 50 to 60% of all the group homes that we had in the Finger Lakes region. And then from that point, we decided that we wanted to expand to hopefully have 85 to 90% of all our homes receive solar energy. So we invested again with another solar array through GreenSpark. We had great experience with them. They're very knowledgeable, and we're going to continue to do the same thing again and again.
Our overall experience with GreenSpark has been excellent. Not only have the solar farms worked out as predicted and as agreed upon in our contracts, we find the leadership in GreenSpark to be thought partners. Our mission is to serve people, and there are more people in need that we can meet. And one of the biggest barriers to that is the ability to pay a living wage to those who provide the direct services. I consider us a resource-depleted industry. We don't get a lot of money from the government, and therefore we have to be creative and innovative. When there's an opportunity to A, do the right thing, because who doesn't want to do the right thing in terms of good decisions for our climate, and B, save some dollars so we can reinvest it back in our workforce so we can kind of double down on the impact that it's having, is really a fantastic opportunity. And we look for future opportunities.
One of the nice things about this is, as a nonprofit, we were able to get into something that a lot of people thought nonprofits couldn't get into. GreenSpark made that possible by having connections with their financiers behind the scenes, helping us walk through and see the possibilities of a nonprofit actually doing this. So I would advise other businesses, particularly nonprofits, to don't just walk away from the idea. Think about the concept, think about what you can do. And GreenSpark was a great partner in helping us achieve that.
When we first got into our agreement with GreenSpark, I can't remember how many years ago, but it was almost a decade maybe so, the green energy area, the solar usage in New York State wasn't quite as defined as it is today. I think organizations today, my advice is get in the game. If you're not already in it, you're falling behind it. There's enough experience and research out there now to show you the positive impact from both an economic viewpoint and from a human viewpoint. So I would say go now, get in it now. I can remember some of the folks we had to convince here were kind of like, geez, if it was this easy, why isn't everybody doing it? And it was finally when we got attorneys who said, no, this is kind of a slam dunk, guys. You should be doing it. That was our tipping point for our organization to have the confidence to take on what was a perceived risk. You want to save millions of dollars if you're a large organization? Call up GreenSpark, right? That's all you got to do, honestly. But on a big picture scale, we're an organization that wants to make a difference in our community. So to continue to partner with other organizations and form these networks of like-minded people who really care about the greater community, we find that to be exciting, it's refreshing, and we love to partner with organizations like GreenSpark.